Okay, so for the third time now, I'm gonna attempt to record and present my topic. I didn't choose the music; I chose a topic, and my topic is not your typical princess, which is analyzing the character Princess Leia. Excuse me, a little frustrated. I've recorded three times, and finally, hopefully, I'm getting somewhere. Okay, maybe. All right. So Carrie Francis Fisher, is the person who plays this character. She was born on October 21st of 1956, and she passed at the age of 60 on December 27th in 2016, from cardiac arrest, which was caused by sleep apnea. And another condition. She was an American actress, writer, comedian. Fisher is best known for playing Princess Leia in Star Wars, of course. A role for which she was nominated for 4 Saturn Awards. She's written several semi-autobiographical novels, and she's the daughter of the singer Eddie Fisher and actress Debbie Reynolds. Um, so first, I want to analyze Princess Leila's abduction and our personal request. So here we are, our earliest scenes of Princess Leila. Um, so again, here we are. Again, she's a princess, all in one. She's a princess. She's a general. She's acting as a spy. Um, all of the things that really aren't really becoming of an actual princess. I understand that that Queen Elizabeth at one time was in the armed services, but she didn't serve on front line, let alone command the rebel forces. And there are two links attached to this slide. Where one you can see her abduction and personal request. To analyze her behavior in her abduction is one of the things that's most interesting. Um, so again, she's in a role, let's just basically say commander in chief, right? And she's serving on the front lines, and the ship is abducted. She doesn't panic. She doesn't, she doesn't, and she doesn't just surrender and give in. Princess Layla is a problem solver because immediately after being captured, she she inserts um, data information about the empire's playbook and plans to destroy a planet inside of a robot and manages to get it to escape. Meanwhile, she's captured. Um, that takes serious skill and serious wit. So again, she's not your typical monarch. She's on the front line leading a rebellion even after her ship was captured. She's beautiful and graceful also in her request. So you see this toughness, you see this skill, you see this intelligence, and of course you see you see her beauty. And it serves her well as well. She uses it well because she gracefully asks Obi-Wan Kenobi to join to again join forces to defeat the Empire. Here you are. Now we get to see the romantic side of Princess Leia. It appears that in these times, a woman she's not only the princess, but she's a leader of the armed services with a traditional role that is not so. Um, she caves into her deep affection and love with Han Solo. This is a move that was long sought and earned by Han after he had attempted to leave and return to being a bounty hunter. I don't think he was actually going to leave, but he is and he's aggressive in the face of this woman who I love, and I know she loves me, but she won't acknowledge it. And so I'm gonna get her attention. I'm gonna leave. This is gonna get her to spill her guts about the way she feels for me. But she doesn't, and he calls her out for it. And just, woman, just say you love me. Say me you want me to stay because you love me. And she doesn't. So she's stubborn, and then at one point I said, well, Han Solo has he has an entitlement spirit, and he's arrogant, and but I don't know, maybe that played a role in her being hard to get, and so to compare her to modern day, just for cultural purposes, and this is not exactly, doesn't really align, but kind of. Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, when they were, she was his superior at his first law firm that he was hired at. I think he was an intern. However, she played hard to get. She didn't want to date him because she didn't want to, date her, and someone she was superior to, and she was supervising. But he wooed her and wooed her and wooed her and wooed her and finally got her. Well, Princess Leia, they didn't go on dates, right? So they're at war, and they're fleeing again, they're fighting again, and here she is doing the work of a man, and while doing so, homeboy woos her. At all of that moment, he had to do it fast because she's tactful, she's quick on her feet, and she was always reluctant until he charmed her just enough and wooed her just enough, and he finally got her. We see the princess, who's also the general, at the end of her rope at the Last Jedi. What she believes is also the end of her command, tired, weary, with a look of defeat after what appears to be the end of her watch. She almost died, and at this point, it looks like they're gonna be destroyed. There's no sign of Luke Walker, but then there he comes. But again, seeing her grit in the face of even death. At one point, she would demote a young male officer after he disobeyed her command to abort. She was tough, and she didn't play. She didn't take any crap. I mean, that was just it. She just didn't. From her youth to her old age, she stood and she led, even in the weakest days after nearing dying after an attack. We see the mother in her near death. The first almost blow was delivered by her son, who was also a student of her best friend's, which is close enough to be a brother. And so I don't have to tell you this, but Luke saw her son's future and almost killed him, was gonna kill him. And then he woke up. So this mother's looking at her son on the other side while she's at battle, giving orders to strike. And here her son is, they're looking eye to eye, and he's facing a choice to kill his mother. This is the look of this is the look of a mother looking into the eyes of her son who didn't choose the rebellion, but instead chose the empire. This is the look of a mother who's almost certain that her son in the next 5 seconds could possibly kill her. It's not the look of disappointment, and it's hard to characterize it, but it's certainly not traditional. A mother's position. And then we see her as a devoted friend. She remains loyal. She remains steadfast. She keeps everything intact. She doesn't have a traditional love story as a normal princess would. Think about Princess Prince Meghan and Prince Harry. They just gave up all of their royal ties to live a free life. Free from the press, free from the royal duties. And here she is. She's not attending galas, man. She's warring all of her life and leading. Even her love life isn't the best. Her son kills her baby daddy. And she remains tough and strong through all of it. Not your typical woman, and she puts me in the mind of Harriet Tubman. There's a woman I can nearly compare this fictional character to, considering that Harriet Tubman most of her life was at war. She married, but then she escaped to slavery. She escaped to freedom, but in that process, it appeared that she had died. when she went back for her husband and the family. And so for years she didn't see him. But when she resurfaced, he had remarried. And so she was devastated, but she continued to work. She worked as in freeing the slaves, leading that rebellion. And that's the best. I think that's as close as we're gonna get to an actual Princess Layla who's endured tremendous suffering. So yeah. My other videos were 15 minutes, and so I've done this 3 times, and so the third is the charm, I guess. Um, Look of frustration in my eyes, it should be. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I love the class.